Okay, right. Welcome along, everybody, to the pre-season race for the RFC Division 2 Season 7. Yeah, nice. That didn't really make any sense at all, but that's all good. So, this is the first little taster that we've got as we head into Season 7 for this division. Previously, of course, won by McLaren and Slava Vazilenko. Of course, no longer in this this batch of drivers, but we should be in for a great session. Right, these first couple minutes are basically going to be me trying to make sure that that one Williams guy. Oh, okay, right, that's fine. Well, someone didn't give me mons, didn't give me some graphics I need, so we're just not gonna have to run it. That's fine. We will. What am I trying to do? Trying to find that Williams. I don't know who that Williams is. So give me 2 seconds. I'm really sorry. I don't think it's Will. It's either Will Lewis or it's another person. Oh, it's probably them. Okay, so we are going on board first with Pablos here, who has made the move from Haas in Division 1 down to McLaren in Division 2. So probably, you should think, one to watch. I kind of forgot to mention the fact that, the session is a little bit wet. It's looking like it's going to be light rain throughout the whole thing, maybe clearing up a little bit by the end of it. Who knows, really? But first sector through. I didn't. Oh my god! I didn't do my my traditional. Whoever's first, watch them. I'm so sorry. I've done that for like every single race last season that I did, and I forgot to do it. I've fallen off. I really have lost the plot. But Pablos coming through sector 2 now, around turn 9, and now down this lovely little section where we saw, I believe Kimmy was on board with Kimmy, and a Williams just twatted into a wall. Kind of quality, considering I was an Alpha fan at that point. Unbelievable. But Pablos has got his teammate behind him of Poulet, making the move as well. So another driver that's transferred. Quite a lot of transfers and quite a lot of new drivers, really, in this division. But I'm sure I'll get used to everyone's name eventually. Who knows? But first couple of people coming across the line. We've got Milesy, I believe, coming across the line now, who sets the fastest lap. And I don't know who that is in second, but I'll find out in a bit. As Pablos comes across the line, and he goes... Oh, he's 1.6 seconds behind. Nice one, mate. Maybe a slow lap, actually. Didn't really think of that, but we'll see whereabouts people are. And you kind of need... Who's near the end of a lap? There's a Ferrari. Is that going to be Coyd, maybe? I can't do numbers. As Coyd comes around the final corner, making the move from Alpine into Ferrari. He comes across the line, and it's going to be 2 tenths behind Milesy. That first lap by Milesy has currently not been beaten, so that is pretty good for the Aston Martin driver. Next across the line is going to be Vortex. Purple, and as he crosses the line, it's 3 tenths faster, and he goes up into provisional pole. So that is a good lap for the Red Bull team. The two Hasses now, coming across the line. We'll see as Dimes? Fuck. I got told how to say his name. Dimes. That's how he say it. Comes across the line, goes up into P4. That is a great lap for him. As we'll take a look now at a couple other people. We've got 2 players now. Nice one, mate. Apparently people can't read simple announcements. That's beautiful. So give me a couple seconds while I have to badger some guy to do it. Believe it's maybe Josh Duffy. I'm not 100%. So this is what happens when people don't activate the telemetry like you ask. You end up with, yeah. We will watch them, as this is, I believe this is Josh Duffy, but I'm not 100% yet. It will update soon. Milesy's just gone faster again in the first sector, so he is on another flying lap after being currently now 4th, as Poulet and Froome came across the line, as Duffy there decides to invalidate on the last corner. Right, on to the next one, who should be, oh, Jesus Christ, mate, Napolitano, I believe that's how you say that. Goes up into P9. That's a decent lap near his teammate. 7 thousandths close to his teammate, to be fair. So that is pretty impressive from the two. Next across, I thought there was an Alpine there, but it's not. We will look at Mousy, sorry, as he finishes his lap. Poulet going on a faster lap in Sector 2, so we'll try and catch him as well. As Mousy coming across, the conditions getting a little bit better now. As he comes across the line, goes 8 tenths faster than Vortex. So Poulet is also improving. He is now invalid on his lap, so he'll need to do another one after as well. There is a Red Bull on maybe potentially a lap. No, he's invalid. And we'll look at the Alpine, who I believe should be on a lap. We'll have a look. He's green and green. Salu. Yeah, I believe that's how you say it. Yeah, as he comes across the line for the French team, and he goes up into P2, 6 tenths behind Milesy still, but that is a good lap as a kind of banker lap. And next across the line looked to be, am I losing it? Because I thought I saw a Mercedes, but there's only one Mercedes in the pits. I think I'm losing it. Halaus about to cross the line actually. No, sorry, Halaus has just finished the lap. Froome is about to cross the line to start his lap, so missed that one. There's a Haas that's about to come across final. I believe that's Napolitano, who I believe should be on a slow lap as we have a look. Yeah, he is. So the next one across the line, maybe the Alpine. What car is that? What car is that? Like, how am I supposed to know? It's blue. It's blue. Don't know who that is. Yeah, I guess a Williams. It's a Williams. All right. It doesn't look like a Williams. As he's coming across the line, I believe this is Bo, but I'm not 100% to be honest because they haven't activated their telemetry as they go up into P7. So that is a pretty good lap for the Williams. The two Aston Martins now come in. Hang on, chat. They actually might be because Milesy's involved in this grid. As I'm not sure who that actually was. Arts comes across the line, goes up into P2, ahead of a couple other people. Jarvis Coyd about to, I believe, start a lap. This looks very slow. Yeah, so he's prepping for a lap. The Alpine should be maybe... didn't click the button, so we missed him. Pablos is on a very good lap so far. Currently sat in P12. So we'll run with him for the rest of the lap. As we've got just under 9 minutes as Froome there goes up into P2. The conditions are changing. As we look on board, you can see it's very dry now. As we'll have a look at the weather, and it does look like it's now overcasting, or like turning into overcast in about 5 minutes. It looks already like it is now, to be honest. But you are just wearing down inters. We don't know what the conditions are for the race. Maybe in the race it's dry and they don't need these inters, so they're just getting rid of them. But it does look bone dry now. It's definitely time for some slick runners, as the bottom three didn't even set lap times in the end, as I believe that Linney just starting a lap. As Pablos now comes across the line, and it's a 23 point, was that 9? Yeah. So goes into second, so it's currently a McLaren 1-2, but we still have a couple people to come to the line, as Skunk has invalidated. And Josh Duffy now is green on the first sector and looking like he wants to get the Sauber out of the way, to be honest. As he comes into the second sector, the Sauber really not giving him any favours, giving him a bit of dirty air through the chicane. So that's not going to be great, as Jarvis Coyd there goes fastest. Couldn't really see because the fastest sectors are coming up all the time. You can tell the conditions are changing, as Dimes has now gone up and gone the fastest sector too. And as we see Duffy now come towards the line, and as he crosses it, he goes up into P3. So that is a great lap from him. And we'll try and catch Dimes, as I didn't, and he went pole, so provisional pole. So that's really annoying, as his teammate will look to do the same, and he doesn't. He comes into the pits. Linney is on a lap still, I believe. Green and green, because he really hasn't set a great lap so far. 3 seconds down. but as he comes towards the line, Froome is on for a fastest Sector 1 as well. Linney comes across the line, he goes up into P3. We will now quickly head over to Froome, who was fastest in Sector 1 on this lap. So really pulling that Sauber as high up the grid as he can, as Bo there goes up into P7. It would be very nice if they could do their telemetry soon. Froome runs up a little bit wide there, all out of shape. Maybe might be worth backing out of this lap. There's still 2 tenths up on the pole time, so they can still, and that is an invalidation across the chicane. And he's got to back out of that lap. Palaus, though, is on a lap behind him. I believe we should have a little look. He's green and green. He currently sat P14, which is last place out of the runners who have actually done a lap so far. So maybe not great. 4.1 seconds off the pace. You can tell he hasn't done a proper lap, but he's coming around the final corner now, and this should be a good lap. I hope Froome knows that I can't invite him. As Halaus crosses the line, goes up into P13. So only one position. Vortex doing that one lap. Is now, which did go provisional pole at one point, is now P14. So yeah, that's the track conditions for you. We'll have a little look at Pooh, maybe. Nope. Linney, probably not on a lap. We'll have a check. Nah, he's yellow. Okay. Right. I believe a lot of people should start coming into the pits now to change their tyres, ready for the final run. We've just got over 5 minutes left of the session remaining, and I believe nobody is no, I don't think anyone's on a lap yet, as Cure now is coming around the final corner on the soft tyres, so he will be the first of the soft runners to do a lap. So let's see. He didn't do an early lap, so he has no banker to compare with, but even if it's inters, it's still nice to have. But he's got the Alpine, gets out the way nicely. We're going to see how the grip levels are in this first sector, as he's taking them corners beautifully. That really does show that it is time for the slick tyres. Everyone's going to have at least one run to try and bang out a good soft lap, as DRS is now enabled. Cure has really picked up the... he's invalidated as well. But he picked up the lap, maybe two... I told him he can't have one, bro. Mons is here, so we will just invite Froome really quick, even though I don't really want to. I can't see what's going on. Right, there you go. He's been invited. I'm muted in the Discord call, so Mons basically he's there, but he'll try and communicate with me, and I will not respond. As Curie's decided to straight line the that's fair enough. So I believe Poulet wasn't on a lap, I didn't think, but he is on a lap. Purple Sector 1, Purple Sector 2, which has now just been beaten. He's now coming to the pits. Which is kind of strange. Vortex is the person that beat his first sector, so we're going to have to see what he can do. As now Froome's back in the session, hopefully he can... yeah, he has enough time to get out for another lap, so that's good enough. As Vortex now has been beaten by Pablos in the McLaren, so there is a real fight for pole position here, as Vortex now, of course, gets Purple Sector 2 on the soft tyres. He will be the first one to set a soft run, and it will really set the pace for everybody else. Milesy, I believe, behind him is on an out lap, ready to start his lap. We'll try and catch Pablos after this and see if he can respond at all. He's come through Sector 2, through into Sector 3, and has not got Purple Sector 2. Vortex comes across the line, takes for original pole, 3.9 seconds up. We will now quickly run over to Pablos, who should be on a great lap. Purple Sector 1 compared to Vortex's Purple Sector 2. It's going to be close between these two. Can we see the McLaren overthrow the Red Bull at the top? He's coming to the pits, so he's going to try and go out for another lap later on then. We have only got just under 3 minutes left, and I'm struggling to see if there's any cars on track. I believe Salou is the person. He's just beaten the Sector 2 time of Vortex, and now is purple. So he's on for a good lap in the Alpine. We'll see whereabouts he goes. I didn't see his first sector, so no idea how it's going to compare. But he's coming towards the line. Where is that going to put him? It puts him, fair enough, 9 tenths ahead in the... There, nice. Put 9 tenths ahead of Vortex. That is a crazy lap from Salou. And he's purple in Sector 1 again. Oh, no, sorry. It's now just showing the fastest sectors. Yeah, nice one. Right, we'll quickly try and check who's on a lap. Believe Milesy might be on a lap. He has purple sector 2 on this lap. So the track is ramping up very, very quickly. The times are going to tumble, and it's just going to be a case of getting the lap in the right time. I think now is too early to be doing a lap. If Milesy can go round again and then start, he's in the perfect position. But he's going to finish this lap. He goes fastest by 1.5 attempts. That is a great lap by Milesy. There is a huge gaggle of cars in this little fight, I believe, with Froome. They're all starting out laps. It was Halal's. Nice one. So they're all trying to get out each other's way, trying to time it right, and it just needs to be perfect. Right, we are on board with Froome, who is on an out lap. Nice one, mate. Not really sure who to watch here. Watch the start of Jarvis Coyd's lap as he comes through sector 1. He was part of this little group that there was. The little gaggle. Linny there has just gone fastest. I kept running on board with Linny, but not on board with him during that lap. I believe Vortex. No, sorry, Aaron might be on a lap. Aaron's Arts. Rare, not Aaron. Just looks like Aaron. I decided to go off of Jarvis for no reason there. What am I doing? He's got a Sauber a bit up the road, so he should be okay. Everyone should be getting ready either on a warm-up lap or on a fastest lap, bar Napolitano and Vortex. Vortex in the pit. He's only P4 already, so maybe he messed that up, and I think he's going to tumble down the order a lot with these times. Jarvis is 2.4 seconds behind, so he's definitely on a warm-up lap. He did just get fastest sector 2 apparently, but I think that's lies. Right, Cure is on a great lap here. Fastest sector 1 so far in the Racing Bulls. We are now starting to see the final couple people start their laps. As you can see, the gaggle of cars in sector 3. And luckily you've got Linny there, who is just ahead, who I believe is on a slow lap. Not 100%, but we'll see him start his lap. But the checkered flag is now out. Cure is 1 second up on the fastest time. So this is the final lap that people are going to have to do, and they are going to improve heavy. And I don't think I'm going to have to. I'm not going to be able to invite that guy who's just accepted me. I'm very sorry. But salute. Cure comes around the final corner. It's been a great lap so far, and he comes across the line in his provisional pole by 1.1 seconds. Dimes is going to come across the line, and he takes provisional pole. There's going to be a load of gaggle of cars coming across the line. I'm trying to get the one. Red Bull goes into second. I'm now going to need to find which one is going to come around first. It's going to be Skunker first, but we are going to be watching Milesy, as he's been on a great lap as well. No, he hasn't. I'm absolutely lying. Skunker there goes up into P4. We're now going to have a huge group of cars come around and finish their laps. Who I believe the first one will be Froome. He goes up into P2, just missing out. Milesy comes across the line. He goes P5. We are now just going to have every car come around the final corner. Pablos is invalid. Boo there has gone fastest. Poulet's then gone fastest. It's crazy. Can Jarvis Coyd take that away? I'm trying to figure it out. He's invalid as well. So there's one person, and that's Halal's, but I believe he will not beat the McLaren of Poulet. So Poulet there takes pole position, unless there's anyone that can actually beat him. Didn't really think of that. Nope. Maybe nope. That is it. So Poulet there takes pole position for pre-season by 6 attempts as well. That is pretty impressive from the McLaren driver. He was very good in Div 2 last season, and this time getting the seat in the McLaren, he will be wanting to prove that he deserves a top car as well. So that's a very good lap. I believe no one's on a lap. I'm really not sure, because I'm seeing Linny is in the pits. Halaus is coming into the pits. That was the problem. Okay. But Poulet, it's all about this man. And he starts pre-season off great. So I don't. Okay, so we just sit around and wait. Should probably bring up the Twitch stream. but I don't like listening to myself. I don't like seeing myself. Okay, so it's dry for the start of the race. So that's good enough for me. Any questions anyone has? Martin, I wouldn't be so happy about Sauber, just because I was already sceptical about Froome in this division, and I've now just seen him bag a great position for Sauber, and I was already, yeah, I've got a feeling that you won't be happy with me in a week. Okay, we got around 20 of you, I think, odd in the chat. Come on, chat. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Great little uh yeah, cheers. Yeah, Part Fame is off because it's pre-season, so it doesn't like actually matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was requested that it was off in the Div 3 race, and well, in the Div 3 chat, sorry, and we decided to abide by that because it's pre-season, so should just be taken as a bit of fun. That does not mean go and take out half the grid, because if I see you do that, bro, everyone's getting just banned. I'm sure we won't, because Div 2 is very clean. Do you know what I mean? It's very clean division, of course. Last night in Div 3, there was like, honestly, nothing happened from about, I don't even know when, for a while. So, hopefully we don't get the same again. But, we have now started, and everyone is starting on the mediums. No one going for hards, which is surprising at least. No one going for softs, which I'm not surprised as much about. But, alright. Also in Div 3, there was huge gaps. There was like one that was like 50 seconds. It was crazy. Like, there was 30-second gaps everywhere. We do not want to see that. I think 9th place got lapped by the leader. We don't want to see that here. We want a nice little yeah. Dome. I was definitely talking about you as well. Oh. But Poulet will want to. What am I at? What button is it? I don't have buttons anymore, you moron. Yeah, I forgot I can do that. Yeah, Poulet will want to start the season off. Obviously, the season hasn't technically started yet. But he'll want to start, you know, at least start something off with a good performance just to prove himself that he is good. What do you mean test the tyres? I am testing the tyres for Mons. Look. This guy's a moron. Oh. I don't know what you wanted. Oh, okay. Right. This guy's weird. Right. We are now pulling round the final corner. And oh fuck. Nice one. And everyone now should be pulling into the grid. Bo did not do their telemetry. I asked them about 4 times and they did not put it on. So, yeah, nice one. Thank you for listening. You're P3 and I don't care. But anyway. We are going to be starting up. Poulet there, lining up, pushing to the left. Going to be trying to cover off the Racing Bulls in second. But we are ready to get underway. And we are... Lights out. There we go. So good stuff on Poole. Good stuff on the Racing Bulls as well. Bo there getting a great start in the Williams to hold off the Dimes. Nice. And there's a huge crash behind us. Dimes has gone wide, and I'm not sure how the other was actually involved in the incident at the other corner. Poulet has managed to keep the lead though. Froome is up into P3. That is insane. That is crazy from Froome. There's still a yellow flag. I do not care about the race strategies. Anyway, the two Hasses have fell down the order. They're now the bottom two. As further back, there is a couple scraps here. 3 wide with the 2 Astons and the Racing Bull. As I clicked the wrong number, so I didn't see this. But it seems all orderly and all nice now, other than the first, like, it looked like about 20 cars just went, like, side by side and off the track. I didn't even know. That just does not make any sense, as we've just seen a little overtake there between the Sauber. I just want to use my, like, timing, because I can't make up stuff. As, look, the Racing Bulls and the Aston going side by side. The Aston ends up getting past. No idea who any of these guys are. I can't even lie to you. But still in the lead is Poulet, as we finished the first lap. Froome, great start, as I said, into P3 in the Sauber, and we are going to see the grid sort of try to settle it down a little bit into a little DRS train, and we're just going to hope that, you know, everyone's now crossed the line. I can now just, like, click that, and it's all good. Napolitano has come into the pits. Vortex is actually down into P14, so I'm not really sure what's happened to him. He's getting shoved off the road everywhere. And further up, you can see the Sauber there making a little move. That's Halaus on Linny side by side. Is he going to make the move? Nope, he doesn't. He has to back out. And now he's going to be under a lot of pressure from Jarvis Coyd and Vortex behind. Them two having stinky starts. Believe thanks to Quali, really. As Arts gets the fastest sector 1. Fair enough, mate. The race... yeah, nice. And we will stick onto this little battle here. There's a little gap starting to form between Bo and Froome. A little 1 second gap. Froome, but it is very close, so it's still the chance of anything. Napolitano has gone onto the hard on the first lap, so maybe he received the damage from that incident at turn 1 and the straight as well. Halaus all under pressure from Froome. He's pulled to the left hand side. Yep, can't do anything. And he decides to slot down. He had a really good chance. I'm surprised he didn't try and capitalise a bit more. Maybe waiting for the straight, where we're going to see a lot of moves, as we are looking at... Yeah, I should have looked at this more. As Salu has got past Bo there, up into P4. As there's a couple more moves. You see Pablos there getting past Milesy Skunker. As Curator first wants to receive a 3-second time penalty. That is not great for him, to be honest. Very early. As up ahead, is that Vortex? It's round. Vortex, I'm not really sure what happened there at turn the first couple corners, but he has had a horrid start to the first couple laps of this pre-season. Definitely not the start that he would have wanted in this situation. Froome here is on an absolute blinder. Bo has done something. I'm trying to catch him. Not sure what's happened there. We saw them there going slowly. No idea what's happened, but it was an incident. I tried to then catch them, and they just kept tumbling down the order. Missed every single hit. So lots of people making mistakes, as Poulet is trying to gain that gap just a bit away. We're going to have a little look at Pablo, who is in DRS of Milesy. He is very much tucked in behind. We are definitely going to be seeing an overtake down this straight, as Will Test there gets the fastest. I actually don't know who that is. The other McLaren. What? I don't know. As there you go, Pablos gets past Milesy in the end. Papa Miles, one of the fan favourites in the whole league, to be honest. And we love him. Froome there has actually been overtaken by Salou. I did miss that because I was watching Milesy. No, hang on, chat. Yep. So Froome down into P4 in the Sauber, but still doing well. Bo there gets past Halaus further back. Actually, Halaus is fun round, so that is a spin for the Sauber. They are known for having bad performances around this track after last season. What happened? But that is Halaus down into P14. Right, we're going to go back up to the kind of leader fight, as we have currently Josh Duffy and Salou fighting it out for P2. Yellow flag again for Halaus. Poulet really pulling away. 2.3 second gap now up ahead. That is a great result, I guess. Not result. But Froome is now going to be under huge threat from Red Bull and McLaren. You've got Art and you've got Pablos, both trying to get past. Pablos is going to be trying to get past Art. They're both going to be trying to get past Froome. Pablos there gets past Art. But can Pablos get past Froome? He does. There's a bit of lag there. As Artos ghosts through Froome. Artos, nice. Art's there. Goes through Froome, and further back, Skunker is actually parked at turn 1. Turn 2, sorry. Apparently it's turn 3. Don't think it is, mate. So, just carnage everywhere, isn't there? As in that little scrap as well, Froome getting, like, ghosted through. Salu and Josh Duffy also had a little overtake, so we missed that one. Sadly, there's just absolute carnage everywhere. I can't keep my eyes on everything. But Shane Duffy is going. Shane Duffy. Ipswich fan, by the way. Just saying that. That's crazy. Josh Duffy, sorry, he's going to be wanting to shape up a move on Salu as we're heading now towards the final couple corners before that very long DRS straight, which is going to be a great opportunity for him to overtake. 7 tenths behind though, but he's got Pablos and Art closing in on him. Froome semi-involved in that little scrap. He has got the DRS, so he might try and join in on this fight for P2 this is. And these two, if they were smart, would work together to try and maybe catch Poulet as he's made up. Duffy there makes a huge mistake and gets all out of shape, maybe braking a little bit too late, and does lose him a bit of time. And now he's going to have Pablos right on his gearbox, pushing him along pretty much. Yep, there is definitely not large gaps here. I kind of wish there was. You can see the large gaps early on. Respect to Vortex, by the way, who has remained in the race, even after the couple bits at the start. And let's go back as Marzi there has made a move on Froome. Froome actually falling behind. He's made a mistake and he spun round in the Sauber when Martin probably couldn't think this race couldn't go any better at certain points when he was P3. He's now down into P11 and out of the points. Not that his points, out of the top 10, I probably should say. So that is an awful, awful result for Froome. I'm not sure what happened there. We always just seem to join the fights after they've got like big. Oh well. Right, Pablos set up a huge chance here on Josh Duffy. He's going to easily breeze past him in the McLaren like he was going backwards, using a bit of ERS to get past, and that is a beautiful move. DRS move, but still a good move. As Duffy there making a mistake through turn 2 again. As further back, Curie and Dimes are having a great little scrap. Froome has come into the pits as a classic Sauber as Curie there gets another 3 second, and further back I reckon maybe he's made a mistake, and he has spun round here, and not really sure what happened, but oh well. Has he hasn't retired, no. Right, back onto this fight. Pablos here in the DRS range of Salu. He's probably even going to get past him before we get to that point, to be honest. Pablos looks all over the place. As Bo there gets a 3 second down in, where is Bo actually? P10. So not really in the fight, considering they started P3, I believe. They have really bottled a lot of that has happened in this race so far. Also, if you asked someone to predict a Grand Prix, like a Div 2 race, would you have thought that like an Alpine, a Racing Bull would be up that high? The fact I was going to say that a couple laps ago is Pablos does make the move on Salu. Not really any fight, the Alpine versus the McLaren. Huge difference. But yeah, I was going to say that earlier on when a couple more people were up in that fight. If you'd said at the start of the season that there was going to be like a Sauber in P3, that would have been laughed at. As Curie there retires from the session. I'm not sure if that's on track. Believe it might be, as we'll have a look on board with Froome, as we now have a safety car. So the race is neutralised. Everyone's going to bunch up behind the safety car. Good chance here to maybe pit, but it's going to be a long way if they do pit onto the hards. We're going to quickly go on board with Vortex to see if we can see what happened here. And no, we can't. So I've got a feeling, I thought he was near the pit entrance, so he's either smacked it into the wall or he's retired in the pits and it's decided to give it as a safety car, which would be very strange. But anyway, so 2 McLarens. Papalos is backing up a little bit to make sure that maybe they're going to go for a double stack. Who knows? It seems a bit strange to maybe, but they can conserve their tyres all they want. What you don't want to happen at the moment is a drive-through. Poulet there, coming into the pits. Are we going to see Papalos do the same? I wonder. But we'll see the McLaren team get to work. Hopefully they don't do a Lando pit stop on him and just decide to give him a 4-second stop. Seemed all neat. Onto the hard tyres. Nice. Everyone in the top 6 comes into the pits. It is pretty much a free pit stop. I'm not surprised we are seeing all of these cars come into the pits. Literally every single car pretty much. Yep, every car is coming into the pits. And they have nothing to lose. They're all going to be in the same boat. We're going to see a lot of hard runners. I believe everyone might be on the hards. We'll kind of find out really. As Poulet there catches up with the safety car. Josh Duffy has actually gained quite a bit on that. Pablos, with that double stack, has moved down from 2nd down to 5th. Jarvis Coyd there, moving up a couple of positions, I believe. No, I think it was around there. But he is 6th, Milesy 7th, my goat. As further back, Froome has actually overtaken Barr. I'm not really sure what's gone on there. Right, so we can kind of calm down a little bit now. We've got a couple minutes to breathe. A couple minutes to have a little debrief of what's actually happened so far. 16 runners this race. 1 has now DNF. Sorry, I meant 16 people started the race. 1 has now DNF, so we've got 15 left. Currently, Poulet has led from start to finish. Most people are on the hards, apart from Linny and Froome, going for maybe a 2-stop strategy, which is pretty cool. We'll have a little look at Josh Duffy's race story, who started 2nd and is currently 2nd. So he's had a great race so far. He was down to around 3rd and 4th. He was fighting in that little range with Pablos and Salou, but he hasn't in the end. But having a little look at the other kind of winners. Arts, how's his race been so far? He started 7th, so not too bad in that mixed condition quali. And he's currently up into P4, making a couple of position gains. Now, I believe the one that's gained most likely... Oh, actually, do you know what we can do? We can actually press a little button which says this. Don't know why I wasn't thinking of that first. Pablos there has gone up 10 positions. Jarvis has gone up 8. And so that's the main gainers out of all of this. And the real big fallers are Bo, who has had a dreadful race so far. Froome going down a couple positions because of that spin, and of course Cure going down 6 positions from that DNF. But only a couple people have actually stayed in their position. Funny that Vortex is one of them, considering he obviously started quite low down, and then he got, I don't even know, terrorist at the start. But yep. Trying to judge everyone's pace is not very fun when I'm looking at these, because the quali did impact some of the grids, because a lot of the top guys didn't actually get a good quali. It's very difficult to judge people's pace, but from the look of it so far, it kind of looks like this division's going to be a bit crazy and a bit confusing, and I'm pretty sure Poulet's just twatted into the back of the safety car. Right. Has he not got damage then? How? Alright, fine. Safety car's coming in this lap, so we are finally going to get back racing. It's been like I don't know, like 3 laps maybe max. See more like 2. But brings everyone back into the fight. Brings Vortex back into the fight, which is good for him. Lily and Froome having a little switcheroo. Vortex, nope, they're just... Oh, there is... Vortex actually... Yep, 10-second time penalty for a severe collision for Halals on Vortex. So not sure what's happened there. Maybe a tiny little touch. But hey-ho, whatever. But we are going to get back racing. When will Poulet go? He's gone now. So he's gone before the final corner. And we are racing again in Imola for the pre-season race. And it's a good start from Josh Duffy as well. He's sticking with him. Very well. Ditch Salou a little bit. Pablos getting a great start here going towards turn 1. He's going to have a chance on Arts. He's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Is he going to be able to make the move clean? They're side by side. He's lifted enough room. Made it round the outside and it turns to the inside for turn 4. That's a great move from Pablos as he moves up into 4th place. Now he can chase down the first couple. Further back there's a couple moves going on. Halals get overtaking Vortex. Vortex really having a meal of it. Out there at the moment. It is very poor performance for him. I'm sure that Simon, after that new contract as a CEO, will be hating the look of this. However, it is only pre-season, so who cares? That is what you have to remember. Marzi very close behind Jarvis Coyd in this fight for P6. The top 6 will be beautiful for the Aston Martin team. Of course, again, pre-season, so it really does not matter. But Froome there overtakes Linney. We kind of saw that in the distance. Linney actually getting overtaken by 2 people. I'm just too busy looking at Milesy. Classic. Right, we'll look at Linney now. As he's fighting Bo. Really wanted to get past. He's going to try and set up the move into the final corner. He tries to make it. Half spins a little bit. Loses so much time and loses a position to Skunker as well. So now he's got to try and get past him. Without DRS, of course, because it's just been activated this lap. As Skunker there going for a move down the inside. We're going to have to switch around to him. On Bo, is he going to make the move? Bo flies off turn 1, comes back on track fine. But that is maybe a bit of contact. But now Linney is trying to get past Skunker as well. This is for 10th place. And a little bit of maybe harder racing because they know it's not as serious, if that makes sense. But Bo there really having a hard race so far. Right, so we'll keep on board with these couple guys in this little fight as yeah, Skunker, one of the only drivers really to stay in the same division and the same team as well. As Linney here tried a little move down the inside, decided to back out, maybe preparing more for the straight. They've got 2 seconds behind Froome already, so they've got plenty of time. Well, they haven't got DRS, sorry, is what I mean to say. But we will watch Dimes here as he's in a little DRS train. You can kind of see the train has formed from around, well, P1 to be fair. Now it's around P5. They have split a little bit. Dimes is almost shaping up a little move there on the Aston of Milesy, but can't make it happen. And further back, that Skunker and Linney battle is still going on, with Linney getting overtaken by Skunker and then them two swapping again. They are swapping as, don't know. Shout out to Red Bull, sure mate. There you go. As Linney there almost goes for a move down the inside of Skunker, but Skunker holds it off perfectly as we look at a little gap behind. It's 2 tenths. It's very close between these 2 drivers. They are like the ones that are fighting at the moment. It's a fun battle. And it's bringing Napolitano into the race a little bit. And yeah, these 2 are probably going to chop and change. Linney all out of shape there. I don't know if that's just lag or if that is just genuine, just out of shape. Maybe not comfortable with the car. Right. Pass. Okay, we'll watch this this fight again, because last time I tried to skip, actually Pablos is shaping up a move on Salou for the podium position. Sets the fastest lap as well. Is he going to be able to gain enough momentum speed into the first corner? They've all gained on the leaders though. Pablos, Poulet, sorry, not being able to get gain away as much as he wanted to. Pablos smashing into the back there of I don't know, Salou, and still sitting in a train. These 4 have pulled away a little bit from the top, from the back guys, as again Pablos hits into the back of Salou. Salou getting bullied basically by the McLaren driver, and maybe this is a plan from Poulet as well to actually maybe hold him up, hold up these guys a little bit so that Pablos could get into the fight again. Who knows? As we're on lap 14 out of 32 now, so still not even halfway through. I already don't want to be here, but that's the classic, really, innit? Every season's the same, every race. Pablos not getting that good of an exit out of the corner. Salu very close to losing out on DRS on Josh Duffy. So it's very... oh no, I was going to say, lost my train of thought. Right, 4 attempts now as we head down the straight. Is Pablos close enough? He's burning, he's burning. He's going to move to the right hand side. But Jesus Christ, can't tell my left and right. And he makes the move on Salu into turn 1 and goes up into P3. And while that happens, Jarvis Coyd gets past Arts into P5. And now Arts is under threat from Dimes as well. So the Red Bull hoping to not move down too many positions. Further behind, you've got the 2 Saubers. Froome has now 15th, so I think something might have happened with him. There was a yellow flag, but we're kind of watching everything else. As Pablos there gets a 3-second time penalty, that is really going to affect his race as he sits right behind Josh Duffy. They have pulled away from Salu quite a little bit. Still in the DRS, but doesn't seem like as much of a threat as they were at the start of this lap. But Pablos will be wanting to make it a nice little McLaren 1-2 as further behind Bo and Napolitano are having a little fight here, little tussle for P11. These two are kind of nowhere, to be honest. They're not nowhere. What am I saying? As oh, Skunker there! we just see him in the frame. He's spun round on the second last corner. Big mistake from Skunker as well. But Josh Duffy actually didn't realise how close he was on Poulet. Poulet has been kind of caught lacking really this time around after the safety car restart. Managed to pull away last time, but this time he is under huge threat. This is a really bad thing, as there was a yellow flag, but I don't really think anyone spun round or anything. As we've seen enough of the gaps, we might have a little look at the tyre wear and see what the tyre wear's percentage is looking like, because we've got to remember these guys need to do as much of the race as possible, and they're already sitting around 25 and 30%. That is a bit much, isn't it, really? That is maybe not enough to hold on for the whole race. The whole race? Yeah, the whole rest of the race, I'd say they want to do, but I reckon with the early stop, because of the safety car, I've got a feeling that we might be seeing a 2-stop from a couple drivers. Unless they want to do the 1-stop, and I don't even know if that's possible. But, yep, we'll see. Pablos sitting around 5 attempts behind, maybe under a little bit of threat from Salu behind. After that 3-second penalty, he's really been missing out on a couple bits of pace. As Vortex now gets a 3-second, and Salu a bit wide there, and same with Duffy. Duffy having a bit of a bad exit out of turn 2 and 3, so it does give Pablos a chance. He's not taking it, and he stays in P3. Currently the worst out of the 4 because of the 3 seconds, so it's going to be close, I reckon. I don't even know what I'm saying. Right, Bo there gets a 3-second time penalty. That's what you get when you don't activate your telemetry. You actually get bad luck, and clearly that's right. Alright, we have now got a nice little bit of breathing room, really, for me. For just me. As Pablos and Salu separate by around 5 tenths. Pablos losing the gap ahead a little bit here, but just remaining in the DRS, and actually we might be seeing a great move here for Pablos, because Duffy is now out of the DRS. It's going to be all in Pablos' favour, as Linny has now left the session. Not really sure if there's any reason behind that, as we head into turn 1, and Duffy's been overtaken by 1. Is he going to get overtaken by both? They're side by side as they come through to turn 3 and 4, and Salu there has got past, and I told you that not missing out on DRS would cause a couple overtakes, and Duffy has now just gone from P2 to P4. Pablos now making it a McLaren 1-2. Statistically, technically, the one person with bad luck is the person that sat in P12, who started really high up as well and didn't activate their telemetry. Statistically, They don't. It doesn't lie. It's true. It's factual. Right, we'll keep on with this little fight going on now. Do want to make sure that everyone kind of gets their screen time. Actually, looking at it, to be fair, the telemetry merchant has just overtaken Linny, who is in AI because he's disconnected. So, unfortunate for him. We've just watched Bo just overtaken AI, basically. So, an all too familiar fight. Sight, nice. Near the bottom, P14 and P15 for the Sauber drivers, and well, Martin would have thought that bringing in Froome would have brought a little bit more speed and power, maybe some good performances into the mix, but it doesn't seem like it has done. But the team doing really well, by the way, is actually Haas in P7 and P9 at the moment. As it stands, 3-second time penalty might affect Dimes, but he is doing very well sticking in the Ferrari of Jarvis Coy's DRS. We'll run on board for this little bit. I did see that they wanted a little bit of love for the Haas, and I did realise that I kind of have been neglecting the Haas a little bit, but my bad, guys. Just an agenda. But can we see Dimes make a move? Arts has actually gained quite a lot on Duffy. Duffy falling miles away from Salu, now 2 seconds behind, and it's now going to be under threat from Arts. I really do wish I could stay on board with these guys, the Haas, but sadly we're going to have to watch this like Red Bull into family, even though they're not technically a thing anymore. And we're going to have to watch Arts most likely overtake as it's flashing, so no ERS left as Arts there easily gets past Josh Duffy. Josh Duffy in the space of about 3 laps. It's gone from P2 to P5. Yeah, so it's a good move for Arts. He's currently on a good bit of form as he's got the fastest lap, and also just moved up into P4, obviously. So yeah, he's currently looking very good at the moment, picking up a little bit of speed as we go back to Dimes, who is going to be there, who is still in the DRS of Jarvis, but just about. That is very close. Gaps are starting to spread out a little bit, which is good. We don't want to see too much, but oh, I'm going to sneeze. But I'm saying not a lot of ERS, to be honest. 20% isn't that great, and he'll be wanting to maybe save a little bit for the straight in a couple laps. He's burning now already. It doesn't seem like the right place to burn. Maybe just wants to stick within DRS and make sure he has it for the straight, which will give him a good advantage, but not that much over Linny. I didn't realise it did the car ahead. Well, we're going to... Oh, never mind. He's going to make a move down the inside. Technically outside, I don't know. Down the left-hand side. Right-hand side. Jesus. Words. And he moves up into P6. Anyway, after all that. But if we do compare his ERS that lap, Jarvis did have a lot more, so I'm very surprised that Dimes did get past in the end, to be honest. As Bo there comes into the pits from P11, so maybe a 2-stop is the smart strategy. Maybe we'll see a couple more of these guys pit as we have a little look at their tyre wear right now. You've got the 2 McLarens sitting at 44, the Alpine and the Red Bull behind, a lot less with 40, so yeah, but then you've got Josh Duffy who's hit 50%. I don't think those tyres go another 11 laps, considering that most of them have actually done around 11 laps, yeah. So they'll be on 100%, and if we get every single driver with 11%, 100%, wow. Cinema, I guess. But Duffy sitting just outside the DRS, sorry, just inside, I meant, of Arts. I don't know if he's going to be able to make a move because he has, of course, those old tyres which we've just seen. So it's going to be very difficult for him to make it, but luckily he's got 2.5 seconds behind to kind of free him up a little bit. Jarvis Coyd there comes into the pits. Milesy follows suit. No, he doesn't. Sorry, it disappeared. His timer disappeared, so I thought he came into the pits. But he doesn't. So Jarvis being the first out of these top 10 to pit. So we'll see how how many positions that can gain him. He weren't really. He was only really fighting Dimes. He wasn't really fighting up Malsey. Malsey was a bit behind, so it's going to be a big gap. There, it's going to be a big gap that he goes into. He's come out P10 though, so that is a great little spot to be. Luckily comes out ahead of Halas, so he's not going to get held up in the traffic there. Salu has gradually been gaining on Pablos, sorry. I don't know if we can compare the laps before. I don't think I have that, which is a bit sad. But I'm trying to find it, sorry. No, I don't think I have it. That's a bit sad. So I don't know how much he's been gaining over the last couple of laps. But surely, I thought he would have given me that, to be honest. Oh well, fine. As a 7 tenths behind. Duffy has now just made a move on Arts and goes up into P4. Jarvis Coyd there getting the fastest Sector 2 on his new tyres. Malsey reacting to Jarvis and coming into the pits. We'll see whereabouts he comes out. But we have got this kind of fight. Oh, okay. We do have it. It's this. Okay, I see. So, we'll have a little look. Compare these two. That last lap, Pablos did gain a little bit. Seems to me that Salu is faster in the second sector. Who would have thought that one? Just by looking at that. But Bo there gets the fastest lap on those new tyres. So, maybe it is worth potentially going on to the new tyres really quickly. Soon-ish. It says a yellow flag. And I'm not actually sure who that is. Is that that's Arts? Sorry, I was not focusing at all. Arts has made a mistake of some sort. He's got wing damage as well, so I'm not sure what we've missed. But he's got a red front wing as well, so he's hit something or someone. So tragedy for the Red Bull team, as they were doing pretty well as well. Nice. As Duffy now comes into the pits, Dimes as well comes in, and of course the Red Bull of Arts comes in. Now this could be a good chance for the likes of Jarvis Coyd and Malsey to gain a little bit. Mainly Jarvis Coyd, because he is he was not too far out of the fight. We're going to see whereabouts he comes into play here. As there you go, you can see Dimes and Duffy coming out of the pits now. And Jarvis Coyd is actually going to be fighting them as he comes out the pits. They're going to come into turn 1, and he's made it, and he's moved up into P6. That is a great bit of undercut there from Jarvis Coyd, but he's now going to have to deal with their tyres, which are new compared to his 2 lap old tyres. So it's going to be a bit of a difficult task to make sure that they stay behind, but that is a great strategy move from the Ferrari. And with that move, I reckon he's moved himself up into around P4, net P4, sorry. So, that was a great decision there from Jarvis Coyd. Now, the two McLarens currently running around a second within each other. Pablos in there is second in this train. And fastest Sector 1 for Froome. Froome randomly deciding to pop up again. Yep, very funny. Froome was P3 for this period at the start, but his silly mistakes really did lose him. Napolitano, by the way, has moved up into P3. Now, he started 16th and he's now P3. His tyres are going to be shot to hell. Yep, 59%. When you compare it to the cars around, he's not actually in that bad of a place. Salu there, though, comes out in P5. Are these guys, with 7 to 8 laps remaining, going to try and finish the race on those tyres? As Froome there picks up the fastest lap, proving that he is very quick in the Sauber. And the top two are now in the DRS of each other. So they are teammates, as Poulet there comes in first. They have got the gap, so it's no sweat for these two. I can see Napolitano staying out though in the Haas to cause a little bit of a gamble. I mean, he may as well because there's no harm in it. Why not? Papaya rules, I've heard. Yeah, clearly. As Napolitano there goes round again. So I wonder if we're going to see him come in. But we've got a little three-way scrap here coming for, I believe this will be a net P2 really. Net P3, sorry. Poulet there, you see him come out. He was the race leader. Now, these guys are only 2 seconds behind him. And I would say that another lap might threaten him. As Salu, very fastest lap by the way, and also threatening Duffy quite a lot. Duffy making a really good defence through the first couple corners. I don't know why I just decided to stop speaking. Now, I'm interested to see where we see Pablos come out in all this. Because those old tyres, we should expect to see him this lap. So it should be, you know, kind of sorted. Napolitano, by the way, if he doesn't come in, what do we do? Like, do we just like root for him? But I reckon he finishes around P8 if he stays out. It's gonna be quite interesting. He is currently holding up Poulet quite a little bit, which is good for everyone behind him. And is he going to head into the pits? He doesn't. He keeps on. And, well, fair enough to him, honestly, as we keep a look. Pablos has decided to continue as well. 24-second gap. He had the gap. He could have pit and come out in this little fight. But no, he didn't. And that's Poulet there getting a 3 second as well. Both McLarens with a 3 second and a Haas in P3. Absolute cinema. I've got a feeling we know what we're going to see. Napolitano winning the race. Come on. No. Salu, though, might need to lock in a little bit as he's got past Duffy now. And these three in their own little fight. This is for the podium spot, really, unless they can't catch Napolitano and get past him, which on those shot tyres that he's got, I'd be very, very surprised if they don't get past him. Him and Pablos, Napolitano actually did pit very early in the race, so he's done 2 stops, but his tyres, he did pit in the safety car as well, so you know, he's still going to have the same tyre wear as everyone else, well, that everyone else did have before they pit. Currently, he is 4 seconds behind, and yep, Poulet has gained around 4 seconds on that lap. As Salu now gets past Napolitano. It's good to see the fact that he's sticking with it. Same with Pablos, I guess. Both of them risking it a little bit. But Napolitano is going to have no chance against some of these guys on the new mediums, especially. No chance he's going to have it. As we'll have a little look at the tyre wear. 74% for Pablos, 70% for Napolitano. Yeah, to be honest, he could hold it. I reckon he could. I reckon he could go to the end. He'll be at risk of a puncture, like, obviously. But it's going to be difficult. As further back there, we have someone in the wall. Is that... that's... It's Bo again, mate. That's what happens when you don't put your telemetry on. As Bo there, mistake in the first couple of corners. And moves down into P12. Right. We'll go back onto this fight for what is P3. But these guys have been slowed down by Napolitano quite a lot. That now there is a huge gap. As slow now is Bo. I believe. No, is that an Alpine? No, it's not an Alpine. Must be Bo. Colours are weird, aren't they? As Josh Duffy now gets past Napolitano. Jarvis Coy is going to make the move as well. And, yeah, Napolitano can't really do much. He's got his teammate now behind him. Is he going to play the team game and, you know, let Dimes past? He's not made it easy, to be honest. And I wonder if we're going to see... Are we going to see anything? Oh, he slides round and he does let Dimes past in the end. But I don't think that was the way he really wanted to do it. But fair enough. He drifts in style as we've got a yellow flag, and Bo has now retired in the pits. Now, I have to say, if that was to happen in the main race, that is very bad, because it's very bad for the finances of the team. If you DNF, it is like horrid. So DNFs are now worth more to make it so you stop doing that. But yeah, that's the love of the game. Is Bo, the player, finally finally leaves, as Jarvis Coyd was threatening Josh Duffy, but now is under huge threat from Dimes, which is kind of crazy, to be fair. Further up the order, you've got, of course, Pablos still leading, but Poulet is 11 seconds behind. He has been gaining rapidly over the last couple of laps. Jarvis Coyd gets overtaken by Dimes. That is an easy move, and Haas is up into P5. Great performance for the Haas team, P5, P7. And if you look at the Red Bulls, they're having a stinky time right now in P9 and P10. It's not looking good for Red Bull. It's looking great for Haas. Trying to bounce back from a P9 last season in the Constructors. And Poulet gets another 3 seconds, so that is going to put him under threat from Salu, actually. It's going to put him under great threat. As we'll keep an eye on that gap by the end of the race. As Jarvis Coyd now just chills about in P6 behind Dimes and can't make a move. This race was definitely a lot more... what is it? Not less chaotic, I guess. Bo has now said that they did not realise they didn't have it on. Thank you. It's all good now. It doesn't matter. Right. Pablos, 84% tyres as we head on to the penultimate lap. He should be okay, to be honest. Napolitano, 80%. Hopefully we don't see a DNF from him. That would be very sad. I'd be very upset. As for anyone who is a football manager and has the beta, that opened 10 minutes ago. So if you're watching this instead of playing the beta, what's wrong with you? This is pre-season, mate. Go play the beta, honestly. And if you have got it, actually, I'm very annoyed anyway, because, yeah. Oh, it's not out yet. Ha ha ha! Suck yours, Mons. Ha ha ha! Oh, that's funny. Oh, I love it. The damage is on Sim. I'm seeing career mode shouts. Really hope you don't mean on FIFA, because that's crazy. I think it's so easy. Never done it myself, to be honest, though. We are heading on to the final lap, by the way. I'm just, you know, chilling. As Dimes has actually gained quite a lot. I haven't really been paying attention. He's now, both of them, to be fair, have caught rapidly up to Josh Duffy as well. And we're on the final lap now. And we need to keep an eye on that gap between Salu and Poulet as well, because Poulet has a 6-second time penalty, I believe, from what I'm remembering. And Dimes, is going to try and make a move down the inside of Josh Duffy. He has to back out, decides it's not worth it. He can maybe have a chance during the rest of the lap. I think that's going to be his best chance, really, to overtake. He's, of course, got those penalties, but so has Duffy, so has Jarvis. So they're all quite... even. As Napolitano, by the way, P7 currently. Please, F1 gods, just let this guy finish the race without a puncture is what we need. As Froome is setting the fastest lap. Poulet there is pushing his teammate round pretty much, as we are coming round towards the final couple corners. The two McLarens, 1 and 2. Poulet there goes down the inside. He has got more pens. They wheel lock a little bit. Then argy-bargy round through the final corners. It doesn't matter because Pablos is going to win anyway. But coming towards the line, it is Pablos who wins the pre-season race. Luckily on pens. Poulet there comes home in P2 to take home a great... No, he doesn't! Because they were messing around. Salu has just... got Poulet as well. Oh my god, these guys, bro. Two McLarens. If this was in an actual race, that'd be so funny. Duffy there goes home in P4. Jarvis Coyd in P5. Oh dear. The two Hasses in 6-7. Oh my god. Wow, guys. Marsley there coming home in a Goonable 8th. Vortex coming home in P9 after a pretty dismal race for him. Same with Arts as well. Both the Rebels having a bit of a stinky race. Froome is actually on a pretty quick lap himself, to be fair. Pretty sure he's on for a fastest lap. I'm not even watching Froome. There you go. We're going to watch him complete the fastest lap of the race. So, fair enough. And we see, comes round the final corner in the Sauber. Started P3, by the way. P5 actually, sorry. Was P3 for most of the race. And gets the fastest lap, but finishes 12th. What's really fun, mate. Yeah. But Pablos takes the opening win of the season. It's only pre-season, as I've said. So it doesn't matter. But still, it's every win counts. This doesn't count for anything technically, but it does. Yeah, mate. Sally there, by the way, picking up that P2 right at the end is great for the Alpine team. A great little boost for them, I guess, in their confidence for the season, and I'm sure they'll be happy with that. But we're all done. Froome there gets the fastest lap. Driver of the day, most overtakes, and Pablos. And race winner does go to Pablos because he started P15, for God's sake. Unbelievable performance as Pablos there wins in the McLaren. As Salu there comes home in P2 with the other McLaren after pissing about. There you go. So, got the rest of it. I'll get Race Director, even though nobody should be reporting incidents because it's pre-season. Please. Martin's decided to turn up. I guess it's because you saw your team did absolutely honking, mate. P12, P14. Pfft. They thought they were going to win. Poor Martin. But that's been your Div 2 race.